Live from Studio 120 at Westfield Technical Academy, this is WCPC Channel 15 and 107.5 FM WSFD-LP Westfield.
Support for the community programming provided by the Dunkin' Donut Shops of Westfield and the Sardinia family. It's nice to know that even as the world changes, Dunkin' Coffee remains the same at 7 convenient locations throughout Westfield.
Good morning, Westfield. It is 6:01. You are listening to WSFD 107.5 FM on your dial. You are watching Cable Channel 15 WCPC. My name is Tina Gorman. I am your Wake Up Wednesday host, and I'm in the studio this morning with, right back from vacation, Pete Coles, our chief engineer, and we
didn't get a lot of sleep last night.
We refer to him as the chairman of the board. Neither did I. All right, what's your excuse? How come you didn't? Neither did I.
My excuse was my wife went line dancing down in Connecticut, so I was with the dog.
Your excuse was, I was with the dog.
I had a couple of Girl Scout cookies last night, and then I put them on the table, and then I went to go to the bathroom.
Oh, boy.
When I came out from the bathroom, I left the chair out, apparently enough, where the dog got up, got the cookies, and ate all of them. Half a box of Samoas, Girl Scout Samoas. So immediately I Google it and ask AI, hey, a medium-sized dog eating half a box of Samoas, should I be calling poison control?
What do I do?
AI says, well, no, but he's going to have an upset stomach. Not because of the chocolate, because it's fudge. And there's very little chocolate cacao, the toxic part. Yeah. Because of the richness of the caramel in the cookie. Ooh. He's gonna be gassy and he's gonna have an upset stomach. Oh. So you need to monitor him for the next. Don't feed him anything. Yeah. Anything. You'd already eaten his dinner.
Yep.
But I was like, oh, come on, are you serious? And then I have to break the news to her when she gets home that the dog's not gonna be happy and.
Oh, it's gonna be a long night, Christy.
So he went right into bed and fell asleep on my side of the bed. So I didn't go to bed last night. I slept in the recliner because he was sacked out and looked very comfortable. And I'm like, I'm not going to bother him.
Right, exactly. We're not moving this animal.
Right. He's sacked out. He's comfortable. He's laying on his side. He's not going to be on his tummy. Yeah. So I'm like, I'm just going to leave well enough alone.
Yeah, I get that.
And so I was worried about him half the night. So I was up and just like tossing and turning. And
yep.
He slept fine. He's fine this morning.
Okay, well, that's great. So no severe effect, which is great. That's great.
I think that dog has an iron stomach.
What is the dog's name?
Hawk.
Hawk. Okay.
I think he'll eat anything. And he will. He'll eat cardboard.
Remember the old commercial, like Mikey. Give it to Mikey. He'll eat anything.
Well, he saw me eating
like
the
cereal.
cookies, and I think that's why he snagged
Sure.
them.
It's like, well, this must be something good. The human is eating it.
Correct.
So, why not?
Yes. So I'm like, wonderful.
Yeah.
That's all I need is the dog just eat. Yeah.
Yeah, no. Mm-hmm. You would not have a happy wife.
Well, no, I just feel bad for the dog.
Yeah, of course.
He's a dog.
Because he doesn't know better. Yeah,
right, he's a dog.
Yeah.
He does what a dog does.
Right. And it's like, that looks interesting. You ate it. That looks delicious. I'll try it. Ooh,
correct.
And it's pretty good, so I'll eat the whole box. I'll eat whatever's here.
Yeah.
Okay. So that was that. Well, my excuse was that yesterday I had mimsy duty. I had mimsy duty from 8 in the morning until 1 in the afternoon, and we're potty training. And so Grace had to go to work. Gary was supposed to be gone for a couple of hours out of that time period, so we could kind of do this together, but somehow managed to be gone for almost the entire time. And not only that, then showed up late because I still had to go to work. So I had to be at work at 2. You know, I kind of reorganized my schedule, which meant I was working a little bit later. But yeah, anyway, it was like nonstop. And there's like, I have a rule when Mimsy's in charge, there's no television. You know, this child has plenty of toys. I figure we have lots of things to keep us busy.
Sure.
She has a new playscape outside, which she absolutely loves. So we were really, and it was nice out. And the playscape, when first thing in the morning, is in the shade, like really until late morning. So we were out there. We brought our little table out there. We had snacks out there. You know, we did all kinds of stuff. We blew bubbles. We had all kinds of stuff. But then, of course, we had to keep running inside because potty training time and, you know, and all of that kind of stuff. So I actually went to work yesterday to get a rest. I mean, I was exhausted. And I get to work, and Evelyn Bristol, our nurse, who is back to us, regifted. She was a regift from the health department.
Yep.
So she's back with us. Her office is freezing, so she was outside just to warm up for a few minutes, and she has a bubble machine, which Charlie has one of these, you know, she's blowing bubbles, and it's like, look, bubbles. I said, I just came from bubbles. I just came from like an hour and a half of blowing bubbles on my front lawn with my 3-year-old granddaughter.
That's funny.
So, yeah. So by the time I got home, it was late, and then, you know, Gary said, well, I'm finishing up a show and then we can watch something together. And then he said, oh, wait, you have your cable show tomorrow. He goes, which means you're going to eat dinner and shower and you're ready for bed. And I said, yeah, because that's like all I have time to do. But even at that, it was, you know, it was like 45 minutes later than I normally go to bed the night before our show. And so that alarm went off really fast. And I didn't wake up at all during the night. Usually I wake up, you know, once or twice.
Sure,
Not at all. I was so exhausted. Plus, I'm still recovering from, yeah.
I'll sleep well tonight.
Yes,
for sure.
Yes, as will I. We had a birthday party for Charlie on Saturday. So her birthday was last week. You were out last week. You were on vacation. But her third birthday was last Tuesday. So we had party for her on Saturday. I'm still recovering from that, you know. So it was like that, and then Mimsy duty yesterday. So Gary and I have a wedding to go to on the Cape this week, and I'm kind of looking forward to it just to like get away
chill
and
out
relax.
a little bit.
Yeah, exactly. So what did you do on your vacation? How was your vacation?
I did
it
a
was
couple
a staycation.
Yeah, I did a couple day trips.
Nice.
I still had a Wednesday commitment to go out to the Moses Scout Reservation with the Cub Scouts.
Okay, yep.
Which became a Thursday because of all the rain on Wednesday.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Yeah.
So Wednesday,
right, yeah.
I literally just, I didn't even, like, I just
chilled out.
stayed in shorts all day, and me and the dog watched the rain. And I think I watched TV and took a nap and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But I did a couple day trips by myself because my wife didn't have the week off.
I know, and I didn't realize that until I saw her earlier in the week, and she said, you know, that she was working from home. So
Right.
I knew you were doing stuff for the radio show because she said I was doing work, and Peter was doing all the stuff for the radio show.
Yeah, so I came up with, I started branding 107.5 the time that we're not doing the shows as the blender.
Yes, I know. And I heard that on somebody's, I don't know, you were talking to Bob or somebody about it a few weeks ago, and I thought, oh, I like that.
Yeah.
I like it a lot. I think
because
it's
just
perfect.
random songs right now until we get, like, if I get community members that are interested in doing shows, hey, let me know.
Yes.
Because you can either record them, you can come in and do them live.
Yes.
I
That's
don't have a
right. I
problem with
remember
that.
you were talking about this with Harry Rock when Kevin Bard was on the show because I've listened to that replay several times. So I
Yep.
have all that in my head. But yes, the blend, yeah. I thought, oh, that's a good title. I like it.
Yeah, so I'm like, all right, well, we'll give it a shot. So I started doing some stuff for that.
Yeah.
Just when I didn't really want to do a lot of work.
Yeah, I don't blame you.
I'm on vacation. I just
Yeah.
wanted to chill out and
Yeah.
do other things that I don't normally get time to do.
Did you do on your day trips or whatever, anything interesting that the public should know about?
No, I just kind of like, I just took a drive, and
Yes.
I was hoping to see if I want to shoot something, I was going to shoot something.
Yeah.
I was thinking about doing some train chasing, which I kind of did, but it's not like out west or down south where there's tons of trains.
Yeah.
There's like one or two a day.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it's not like,
So you have to catch it.
yeah, it's not like, and all the trains through here come through at night because Boston's the beginning of the line.
Yeah.
And they're coming through at like 2, 3, 4 o'clock in the morning to go out west.
Yeah.
And those crews are leaving early.
Yep.
So you can hear them at night come through here, and during the day there's like one or two, but it's not. The bulk of the traffic is at night.
Yeah, for sure.
I don't mind. I needed some time to decompress.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, I hear you. I totally get it. I feel like I had a senior who sent me on Monday. She left me a voicemail, sent me like 3 emails about ideas of things that I should start, like new projects and things that I should start. And I went, I read all the emails. I listened to the voicemail. I sent her an email back and I said, listen, we have the Senior Citizen Property Tax Work-Off Program. I'm, ramping up for this coming year. So to get those application packets ready.
Yep.
We have our Senior Options event, which will be on October 1st this year. But, all of that planning starts now. And, the invitation goes out to vendors now. And the ever-present newsletter. And just, all of we have some specials going on. We have a lot of new programming and stuff going on now and just gearing up for the fall. Flu clinics coming up. I just said I told her, I said, listen, your ideas are wonderful. My plate is so full. I just,
Yeah, people think these things just happen.
Oh, yeah. And the Senior Safe Grant. I know exactly. The Senior Safe Grant. It's like I'm finishing up 1 year and I know we're going to get word any day that, okay, we're getting ready for you to write your grant because they're trying to get back onto the schedule that they used to have, which was the grant was submitted in September. So we're finishing up this one. So I'm spending the money from this past one, which we had a very small window to do that. So I've been working with Christy Fillion at the fire department. So getting that wrapped up and then gearing up for the next one coming up. And that's exactly what I said to her, Pete. I said, these things are, all of these projects that I just said, these 3 projects, you can't believe how time consuming they are. It's just like hours and hours of planning and preparation and organizing. And I said, and I have 3 support groups now that I'm running. One that I just started, the Parkinson Partner Group that I just started last month, and the Stand By Me group, which is still relatively new. It's less than a year old. So we're still, forming and gelling and all that. Like, I can't add any, I can't do it right now. I said, like when sometime late October, when I can take a breath, I said, I'll revisit. And, again, they're great ideas. There are only so many hours in a day. And so, so I'm learning I'm trying, Pete, really hard, as you are as well, to say no or not now, or, we'll revisit it when things slow down.
My answer now is if you can give me help.
Yes.
Then we can do it. Like,
yes.
I told the 104th they want to tape up at the 104th this week at the fire department. And I'm like, all right, I could do that, but I have a taping until 1 o'clock. And then I need help.
Yep.
And they're like, okay.
Yeah.
I'm seriously, I need help. I said the same thing to the scouts.
Yep.
I'm like, I can do that and I can physically be there, but I need help setting up and stuff like that. I'm not going to do it all by myself.
I'm not a one-person show anymore.
Right. So I booked Kenny for Thursday to help out. And I'm like, we still need help. You know what I mean?
Yep, absolutely.
I can physically run the truck, but then I need help setting up because it's not just. Yeah. Could I do it? Sure. Yeah. Would I be wiped out when we start the production? Probably.
Yeah, that's the problem. I'm just, I am finding that I'm way more fatigued than, and
we're getting older.
We're getting older. My granddaughter's getting older, so it's not a baby anymore. Now we got a 3-year-old who's running around, and as Grace said, she's like the Energizer Bunny. It's like, she's a typical toddler. They have abounding energy. It's just endless. It's limitless.
Well, sometimes it doesn't end when they're a teenager. That's why I miss Brady so much.
Yeah, I know. And then, the other thing I have to remember is in the last 8 months, I've had 2 foot surgeries. And so I'm not moving. I'm still not moving as fast as I normally do. I'm not back to my normal activity yet. I haven't started running again yet, but I am doing Tai Chi at the senior center, which is going well.
Yep.
But, and as you said, Pete, we're just getting older. And I just feel like I haven't been this tired in a long time.
My thing is people don't understand. It's kind of like what Tom Brady used to say. My brain is great. I wish my body could comply with what my brain wants to do.
I know. And that's really true because, people throw out, like this woman threw out some really great ideas. And I thought, I would love to be able to do this, Right now, it's just not feasible. But good ideas. I mean, so, and I said to her, we can revisit and maybe figure out how to make this happen and make it workable. But right now, I just don't even have the time to really sort of sit and plan and organize, even with assistance, And I think that she's certainly willing to pitch in on these ideas. She's not just throwing them all on me and saying, "Here you go." Mm-hmm. But anyway, so keep the ideas coming. But have to be realistic on what I'm able to do right now. But we're getting things moving along.
Yeah, you could still get things done.
Yeah.
It's just like, okay, I just need help.
Yep. Yeah, and it's the summer is always a time to regroup, and and plan for the fall. We have a busy fall coming up, and some things that came up in past the last few months, saying, "Oh yeah, this will be a great idea. We'll do it in the fall," which we are. So now that's where we're in the planning stages of some of those. Events and programs and things that we want to do. So all good. So Pete, while you were gone, the senior center got a van. That's like probably our big news.
That's been in progress for a while. I pay attention.
Yes, it's been for 3 years. So really, that was Mike Squindo's promise when he interviewed for the job of executive director, that he would start a transportation program. I think it took longer than he thought it would. I thought he did it in record time because I've spent 20 years and I couldn't do it. So he did it in 3. I was thrilled with that. But I think he thought he would be able to do it a little faster. But anyway, it's great. So we have a van. We have a coordinator, transportation coordinator, Elena. And so all that information will be in the newsletter. Amy Porter did a nice front page story the other day on Monday in the Westfield News. It's up and running. We have Mike hired one driver and has been interviewing. I think he has another one lined up who is going to be starting soon. And I have nothing to do with anything about that. And I don't want anything to do with anything about that. Because, as soon as I know too much, some responsibility ends up on my desk, and I don't want to do that. So I'm just here to market and advertise and say, ooh, what a great service. So if you need transportation to medical appointments, if you need transportation to the senior center, we have talked to my support groups to say if you need transportation to the group, talk to Elena, call Elena. She's got her own, they have a separate transportation number, which I don't know what that is right now. So I will get a flyer on that one and we'll add that to the mix. All right. It is 6:17. You are listening to WSFD 107.5 FM on your dial. You are watching cable channel 15 WCPC. So we're going to start with a sound of the season. This is called Dear August, because believe it or not, we are in August. It's by PJ Harding and Noah Cyrus. We'll be back.
Slowly, was the morning come so slowly? When I got no one to hold me through the dark.
Patient, they tell me that love is patient, but it never wants to wait on my drunk heart. So I take all of my wasted love and turn it into wine, into wine, into wine in my cup. Oh, dear August, tell me that there's light at the end of all this starless night. Dear August, please don't let me fall, 'cause I don't know where this road is headed anymore. Fading, now the summer heat is fading. I spend every evening praying for the dawn. Save me, looking for someone to save me. Give me everything you gave me, but yours gone. So I take all of my wasted love and turn it into wine, into wine, into wine in my cup. Whoa, dear August, tell me that there's light
Support for community programming provided by Betts Plumbing and Heating Supply Company, an independent, family-owned wholesaler serving Westfield for over 50 years, specializing in plumbing, heating, and industrial piping supplies. Visit bettsplumbing.com or 14 Coleman Avenue, Westfield. Public welcome.
Hi, it's Bob Plass, and I have Wow, It's Tuesday. Every Tuesday, 6 to 8. Wow, it's Tuesday.
Community Radio.
107.5 FM, WSFD.
I did it!
Live from Studio 120 at Westfield Technical Academy, this is WCPC Channel 15 and 107.5 FM, WSFD-LP, Westfield.
Good morning, Westfield. It is 6:21. You are listening to WSFD 107.5
Sorry.
FM. No, that's okay. It just messed me up. And you are watching Cable Channel 15 WCPC. My name is Tina Gorman. I am your Wake Up Wednesday host. I'm in the studio this morning with the chairman of the board and our chief engineer, Pete Coles. Good morning again, Pete.
Good morning.
It is the first Wednesday of the month, so Carol Palmer will be joining us a little after 7 o'clock for our Live Your Best Life segment. We do have a couple of famous birthdays, some kind of interesting famous birthdays. So it is the birthday of Shirley Ann Jackson. She's a theoretical physicist and university president. She was born on this date in 1946 in Washington, D.C., so she's 80 years old today. Shirley Ann Jackson is a distinguished American physicist and trailblazing leader. Hailing from a working-class family, Jackson defied societal expectations and excelled in her studies, eventually earning a scholarship to MIT, where she earned her bachelor's, master's, and doctoral degrees in theoretical elementary particle physics. Jackson's brilliance in physics set the stage for a remarkable career. In the 1970s, she became the first African-American woman to earn a PhD from MIT, breaking down barriers and paving the way for future generations. Her groundbreaking research in condensed matter physics contributed significantly to advancements in technology, including the development of the touch-tone telephone and the development of caller ID. Her journey into academia saw her teaching at esteemed institutions such as MIT and Rutgers University. Jackson's commitment to education and research led her to become the chair of the U.S. Nuclear Regulatory Commission in the 1990s, where she prioritized safety and innovation in the nuclear industry. In 1999, Shirley Ann Jackson took the helm as president of Rensselaer Polytech Institute, making history as the first African-American woman to lead a top-ranked research university. Under her visionary leadership, Rensselaer became a hub for cutting-edge research and innovation. So happy 80th birthday to Shirley Ann Jackson. Quite a career.
Yeah.
And by the way, I didn't really go into detail, but her tenure at MIT when she was a student there was a rocky road. It was just, she was not particularly welcome. Let's just put it that way. A lot of racial stuff going on. So she succeeded despite all that.
At the time when you share, there's probably women in the sciences too.
Oh yeah, exactly. It was like she had every strike against her. Not only was she African American, she was also a female. And yeah, back then, Pete, not a great combination for success. So really smart, really, really smart. And it is also the birthday of the late Herb Brooks, U.S. Olympic hockey coach. Born on this day in 1937 in St. Paul, Minnesota. He was only 66 when he died on August 11th, so it was right after his 66th birthday in 2003. As a player, Herb Brooks won a Minnesota high school ice hockey state championship and played for the University of Minnesota Golden Gophers. He then tried out for the Squaw Valley 1960 Olympic Winter Games, but he was the final player cut from the team that would go on to be the first American hockey team to win an Olympic gold medal. Brooks, though, was not dissuaded. He made the American Olympic squad for both the Innsbruck 1964 Olympic Winter Games and Grenoble, the 1968 Olympic Winter Games. He then went into coaching, taking over at his alma mater and leading the Golden Gophers to 3 NCAA championships. Known as a motivator, Herb Brooks was selected to coach the American team at the Lake Placid 1980 Winter Olympic Games. It was there that a team full of minor leaguers and college players pulled off perhaps the biggest upset ever in sports. They went on and shocked the Soviets with a 4-3 win, then returned to the ice a few days later to beat Finland 4-2 to win the gold medal. You know what was funny about that, Pete, was that I forgot that Soviet game was not the gold medal game.
Nope.
I forgot about that. It was the semifinals. And, you know, I'm reading that. I'm going,
they beat Finland to win.
They did, yeah. So, yeah, they beat Finland 4-2 to win the gold. Jim Craig said he didn't just make us better hockey players. Jim Craig was the goalie on the 1980 U.S. Olympic team. He made us better men, better husbands, and better fathers. He just cared. The biggest compliment I would give Herb, said Jim Craig, was if someone were to ask every one of us who his favorite was, we all would have said ourselves. And I thought that was really interesting. So you have this whole team of hockey players. It's like, who was his favorite? And every one of them would have said, it was me, it was me, it was me. And that's a hard thing to do. So Brooks went on to coach in the NHL with the New York Rangers, the Minnesota North Stars, the New Jersey Devils, and the Pittsburgh Penguins. He coached the Americans for the Salt Lake City 2002 Olympic Winter Games, guiding the team to a silver medal. Brooks then returned to the NHL, working in the Pittsburgh Penguins front office. He died in a car crash, so that's how he was young. He was only 66, and that was back in 2003. The arena in Lake Placid was renamed Herb Brooks Arena in his honor. So happy birthday to the late Herb Brooks. Quite a career. And that was an amazing story. The Miracle on Ice. I don't think anybody will forget that lived through that.
Yep.
All right, some happenings around Westfield coming up. First of all, we have to do the Stanley Park because there's always a lot going on there. This Friday, Tom Riccardi will be there for the children's programming. So that's every Friday morning in the summer at 10 o'clock at the Pavilion. Tom Riccardi, Birds of Prey. That's what's going on this week. This program will focus on conservation and species identification of birds of prey, such as falcons, hawks, eagles, vultures, and owls. During this program, Tom Riccardi of the Massachusetts Birds of Prey Rehabilitation Facility will educate the audience about certain species with a live, hands-on demonstration as well as a question and answer period. The Massachusetts Birds of Prey Rehabilitation Facility is a private, nonprofit project with the primary function being the care and rehabilitation of birds of prey for eventual release back into the wild. So, and that children's programming is really, it's great. Grace took Charlie a couple weeks ago, Breeze Balloons. They had Breeze Balloons, and she came back with a balloon that was shaped like a dog. She thought that was the coolest thing ever. So, yeah. So, well, good. So that's Friday morning. It's going to be hot, so bring lots of water.
Yep.
Because it is going to be a warm one this Friday. And then on the Sunday night concert series presented by Westfield Bank, and that's held 6 o'clock at Stanley Park, also in the Beverage Pavilion. Suggested donation of $5 a person. Chairs are provided, and food is available through the Bubble Mug Cafe at the Pottery Cellar, and that starts at 5. The food is available starting at 5. Brass Attack is this Sunday. So Brass Attack of Springfield is a high-energy live band from Western Massachusetts performing classic rock, pop, soul, and Motown hits from the last 50 years. This powerful 8-piece horn band delivers unforgettable performances featuring the music of Chicago, Casey and the Sunshine Band, Bruce Springsteen, Steely Dan, Bruno Mars, and many more. And I think, I really like the Brass Attack, but I have heard them play indoors at like functions, dinner, dance kinds of thing, and it's overpowering. I think Stanley Park is a great venue for them. So, I think an outdoor concert with the 8-piece band, because it's 8 pieces, but they are powerful and really high energy. So it should be a great concert. And also on my final run, my final Stanley Park, I have to begin mentioning, even though it's August and we're a couple months out from this, but Run Stanley Trail Run trail run, fun for all, stroll and roll, the whole deal. 1 mile accessible walk for people of all abilities. So Run Stanley this year will take place on Sunday, October 4th. It's always the first Sunday in October. I have the posters up. I have the flyers up at the senior center. People are registering already, so that's why I wanted to get that out there. It's a lot of fun. It's multi-generational. We will have Nikki Cornelius here, I think, at the end of this month or early next. No, maybe she's coming next month. I think she's coming next month to talk about Run Stanley and all the other things going on at the park, because they're also having their big fundraiser, which Carol Palmer, I believe, is on that committee. So I'm sure she'll be mentioning that when she's on as well. So great things happening at Stanley Park. It's the gem of Westfield. It is 6:31. You are listening to WSFD 107.5 FM on your dial. You are watching cable channel 15, WCPC. So in honor of the birthday of Shirley Ann Jackson, I found this really great song. It's by Bob and Marcia. It's called Young, Gifted, and Black. We'll be back.
Oh, what a lovely, precious dream. To be young, gifted and black. Open your heart to what I mean.
In the whole world, you know, there's a million boys and girls who are young, gifted and black. And that's a fact.
Underwriting for the community programming is provided by the Boys and Girls Club of Greater Westfield, serving the youth of the Whip City and surrounding communities since 1969. For more information on the Great Futures Club for ages 3 to 5, happening weekdays, and the Club Teen Center for ages 11 and older, weekdays from 6:30 till 8 p.m., go online at bcgwestfield.org or visit the club at 28 West Silver Street. The Boys and Girls Club of Greater Westfield. Great futures start here.
Listen to me, Michael Buster McMahon, Mondays 8 to 10 a.m. to learn the stories behind your favorite songs. or don't. I'm not the boss of you.
Community Radio.
107.5 FM WSFD. Live from Studio 120 at Westfield Technical Academy, this is WCPC Channel 15 and 107.5 FM WSFD-LP Westfield.
Good morning, Westfield. It is 6:35. You are listening to WSFD 107.5 FM on your dial. You're watching cable channel 15 WCPC. My name is Tina Gorman. I am your Wake Up Wednesday host. I'm in the studio this morning with the chairman of the board and our chief engineer, Pete Coles. Good morning again, Pete.
Good morning.
So, elsewhere, other things going on in Westfield. The Arbors Assisted Living Residential Communities at Westfield, which is located at 40 Court Street, is offering a night of guidance and support. It's called Caregiving for Dementia. It's a free seminar for caregivers that support loved ones living with dementia. They're going. First of all, Ed Walters Zucco, who is an RN and dementia specialist, will be presenting. And Ed has been around for a long time. He's very knowledgeable, well respected. He's going to discuss preventing caregiver burnout, tips on caregiving for those with dementia, and there will be plenty of time for questions and answers. So, very worthwhile, and I would highly recommend it. It's the date is next Thursday, so it's August 13th at 4:30 p.m. And usually the programs, I've been to some of the programs at the Arbors, and they are really good programs. And they usually go about an hour and change, depending on how many questions people ask. So, that'll still give you plenty of time to get home and still have some time with your family in the evening. So that again is next Thursday, August 13th. And I feel like you need to register, although it doesn't say that. Nope.
Usually it's a good idea to let them know you're coming.
Just let you know. Yeah, exactly. The phone number is 562-0001. So, yeah, I would do that. Let them know you're coming. Also coming up, the Westfield Fair. That's coming up August 21st to 23rd. So we're a few weeks out from that. Fun for all ages. This is located at 137 Russellville Road. Admission will be $15 for adults, $12 for seniors and veterans, and then children 12 and under are free. So that's coming up in a couple of weeks. Remember that every Thursday until October 15th is the farmers market here in Westfield. And I finally last Thursday made the time to go to the farmers market because I forget about it. It's noon to 5. I get busy doing other things, and then I forget.
My wife would love it, but that's her day at UConn.
I know. And I have to say, I got to tell you, it's great. So last week, I made it a point because we were having my granddaughter Charlie's 3rd birthday, and we were hosting. So this is, I think that my daughter Grace and Charlie's dad Isaac could really write a book on how to raise a child together cooperatively and lovingly and thoughtfully when you're not married or living together, because they are doing a fabulous job. So they had the idea, and they approached Gary and me, and I think they approached Isaac's parents as well, and said they wanted to do family parties, like a big one family party, not like we do a party over here on dad's side and mom does one party.
It's better for the kid.
Right. And every other year, that's exactly why they wanted to do it. It's like we want her to see that we are all loving people that like each other and get along, and we all do. And so they said, so every other year, one year we'll host and one year they'll host. So we took the first host because we just had a brand new playscape put up in the backyard for Charlie. And she's got cousins that are a little older than her. So we had, 6-year-old and 8-year-old. And a bunch of 3-year-olds and friends and stuff. And it wasn't just the families. We had some friends as well.
Sure.
And it was fabulous. So I wanted to make a vegetable tray and I wanted to make a fruit salad. So I thought, I'm going to the farmer's market to get my supplies. I have to tell you, it was fabulous. I went to a couple of, one vendor had all the veggies that I needed, and I could not believe the price, Pete. Like, when she said to me, okay, whatever it was, I was like, are you kidding me? I expected to pay like 4 times as much as I did.
We're a little spoiled because we're right around the corner from Kaczynski Farms.
Yes.
Up on the north side.
Yep.
So Christy is really I introduced her to that and Arnold's Meats over in Chicopee and stuff like that.
Yep.
And she's like, wow.
And Kaczynski Farms actually does. We partner with Kaczynski for our CISA program. It's like a farm share program.
Yep.
It's a weekly program that we've been doing in the summers for the last 3 years. And Kaczynski's is a great partner. So most of my veggies I got at Ray's Farm. So the vendor was Ray's Farm right in Southwick. And then I went next door, and there was and I got all my fruit over there.
Yep.
And then I said, well, let me just so I had everything that I needed, but I said, well, let me kind of walk around. Well, I found this vendor booth, and it was all gluten-free baked goods. So,
nice.
Yeah. So I came home and I said to Grace, I said, okay, I have all the things that I need to make the fruit salad and the vegetable platter. And I said to Gary, this is your lucky day. I said, because I brought you some treats. They had these gluten-free blonde brownies, like chocolate chip brownies. They were sort of to die for. And I said to the guy, he had little samples. So I took it. And so anyway, I was talking to him about it. He said they don't have a storefront. They're here in Westfield. They have an online. And he said, we do a lot of farmers markets. And so I said, well, do you have any of these left? And he said, we don't have any individual ones. We just have one that's, it's a box, and there were like 6 in the box. I said, oh, I'll take it. Are you kidding me? My husband will go through those in a day or two. If I gave him one, he would have been like, where are the rest of them anyway? So anyway, Farmers Market, which is on Court Street. Just remember that the parking, folks, is behind the Church of the Atonement, and there's plenty of parking. And by the way, I got there. It was later in the afternoon, so it's probably like 4-ish. Plenty of parking. I mean, I know at the height of it when they first open, the parking can be a little crowded, but go a little bit later and places for the kids to play, and I highly recommend. So Farmers Market. What else do I want to announce? So those are the Westfield ones. Let's take a break before I start going through some of this other stuff that I have and some of the senior center stuff. So it is 6:42. You are listening to WSFD 107.5 FM on your dial. You are watching cable channel 15 WCPC. And we are in honor of the birthday of Herb Brooks, U.S. Olympic hockey coach, Miracle on Ice coach. We're going to listen to, I've never heard this. It's called the Hockey Song. It's an old song. It's by Stompin' Tom Connors. We'll be back.
Hello out there, we're on the air. It's hockey night tonight. Tension grows, the whistle blows, and the puck goes down the ice. The goalie jumps, the players bump, the fans all go insane. Someone roars, Bobby scores at the good old hockey game. Oh, the good old hockey game is the best game you can name. And the best game you can name is the good old hockey game. Second period, where a player's dash with skates a flash, the home team trails behind, but they grab the puck and go bursting up, and they're down across the line. They storm the crease like bumblebees, they travel like a burning flame. We see them slide the puck inside, it's a 1-1 hockey game. Oh, the good old hockey game is the best game you can name, and the best game you can name is the good old hockey game. Third period, last came the playoffs, too. Take me where the hockey players face off down the rink, and the Stanley Cup is all filled up for the champs who win the drink. Now the final flick of the hockey stick, the one gigantic scream. The puck is in, the home team wins the good old hockey game. Oh, the good old hockey game is the best game you can name. And the best game you can name is the good old hockey game. Oh, the good old hockey game is the best game you can name. And the best game you can name is the good old hockey game. Oh, the good old hockey game is the best game you can name. And the best game you can name is the good old hockey game. He shoots, he scores!
Underwriting for community radio is provided by the YMCA of Greater Westfield. Every day, the YMCA strengthens the community through programs and services focused on youth development, healthy living, and social responsibility. For all the Y's many programs and services, visit us on the web at www.ymca.org. www.westfieldymca.org. The YMCA, 67 Court Street in downtown Westfield. We're more than a gym. We're a cause.
Hi, this is Harry Rock, host of Rock on Westfield every fourth Wednesday at 8 a.m. Tune in for my view of this place I call home.
Community Radio.
107.5 FM WSFD. Live from Studio 120 at Westfield Technical Academy, this is WCPC Channel 15 and 107.5 FM WSFD-LP Westfield.
Good morning, Westfield. It is 6:46. You are listening to WSFD 107.5 FM on your dial, and you are watching cable channel 15 WCPC. My name is Tina Gorman. I am your Wake Up Wednesday host, and I'm in the studio this morning with the chairman of the board and our chief engineer, Pete Coles. Good morning again, Pete.
Good morning. Hey, shout out to Harry Rock, who's on the mend.
Oh, yes, absolutely. Well, before we shout out to Harry, we're going to talk about Harry in a second. I just want to apologize in advance because that hockey song is going to be, that song's going to be stuck in your head all day. The first time I heard it when I was preparing for the show, it was like, it's such a catchy sing-songy thing. And I thought,
talking about Hockey Night in Canada.
Yeah, we'll be singing this all day. Yes, Harry Rock recovering from hip surgery.
Correct.
And he sent me some text messages and said he had his other hip done 12 years ago, and he said, I feel like this was way more than I remember it being.
I told him, I'm like, I think you're going to be out longer than you think you're going to be out.
Well, again, Pete, as you pointed out, we are just getting older.
Yes.
Gary said the same thing about his second heart surgery. There was 8 years between heart surgeries or whatever it was. And, Gary said it was, but as the doctor said to him and the therapist, it's like, Gary, you're 8 years older than you were the last time. Harry, you're 12 years older than you were when you had this done the first time. And even though, I think his physical...
That's when we were having discussions about his shows and stuff. And I'm like, Harry, you're probably not going to be able to do your August show. And you might not be available for the September Council on Aging Presents. It's okay.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yep.
We'll figure it out.
Yeah.
Not a worry.
Yeah, we will figure it out. Yeah. Yeah, I know. It's a process. And I think his physical therapist is very pleased because, let's face it, from a prehab standpoint, that's the new
he's
term.
In great shape.
He was in great shape going into this,
Yep.
amazing shape going into it. And it just the whole procedure, it takes a lot out of you.
Anesthesia wipes you out more when you're older.
Yeah.
Absolutely. All that stuff.
Yeah, and it just takes the healing process it's a slower process. As I said, I know I'm not up to speed yet. I was 2 foot surgeries, and I think it's really going to be from start to finish. I think it's going to be almost a whole year. Because the first one I had done in early December, and I think because
you stacked them too.
I did. I stacked them, and I was taking Tai Chi the other day, and somebody was commenting, and she said she had one, and she said, I didn't have the other foot, but she said it took me a long time to recover, and she had hers years ago. She said I was much younger, but she said I give you credit, and I said, well,
if you could stay off your foot for the entire time, you'd heal just fine, but you can't. It's like. Yeah. It's like people talk about dieting. You can't just go cold turkey on eating.
Yep, exactly. I just, I found that I was really good about that non-weight bearing thing. Like I was really good about that. And I think that was definitely my saving grace. But again, I was lucky too. I run the medical equipment loan program. I had every wheeled piece of medical equipment that we loan out.
Yeah, you could stage them all over the place.
I did. I had them everywhere. I absolutely had them everywhere. But anyway, okay, let's say this week is Simplify Your Life Week. So let's talk about that for a few minutes. So Simplify Your Life Week is observed during August of each year. This national week encourages those who need to refocus their lives and declutter, and that doesn't just mean objects. The idea is to eliminate anything that causes stress or anxiety. So most of us have a tendency to clutter up our lives, both physically and psychologically. Luckily, there are many ways we can simplify our lives. Simplification at work involves saving energy and balancing projects to work more efficiently and prevent fatigue. Alternating between light and heavy tasks can help our body and mind stay focused throughout the day. Planning work projects helps things to go more smoothly when approaching deadlines. We're all familiar with the idea of spring cleaning, but some late summer simplifying is a great way to keep the clutter to a minimum going into the fall. But simplifying your life isn't just about removing the physical clutter out of your life. It's meant to make us look closer at our lifestyle and eliminate the things that keep us from enjoying life. Simplifying our environment at home is always a good practice. The easiest way to do that is to scale down our lifestyle. Organizing through schedules often works for families who have a lot of activities outside the home. Schedules keep everyone on task and support a well-balanced home life. Families that follow schedules help children develop self-discipline later in life. While most of us probably struggle with too much social activity outside of work and home, we still have a problem with saying no. On occasion, we have people in our lives that cause stress, and that can be challenging to eliminate these people from your life, but it's worth it in the end. Life is too short to be hampered by people who cause more problems than they're worth. There are so many ways that we can simplify our lives. Taking a break from social media is one activity that can help refine our life. By logging off once in a while, we allow ourselves to find other things to accomplish or get in that needed afternoon nap. Hello. We need to choose simplification that best suits our own needs. It's important to remember that we're all different and situations affect us uniquely. So once you find what works for you, stick with it. And I think that's really important. You know, I am a scheduler for sure, but I think the one thing that that they didn't really stress too much in this is schedule downtime. I mean, that's important too. Or schedule me time and schedule us time if you have a partner or a family, because I have really been trying to do that because that's the one thing that I didn't put into the schedule. You know, the schedule was like all these tasks, work-wise, family-wise, cleaning-wise, whatever I'm doing, running errands or whatever. But it is important to just also schedule. Gary and I have pretty much a Jeopardy date every night. We tape it and then we watch it, and we just have some fun with it. So that's kind of like, okay, is it time for our half hour of Jeopardy? And sometimes we'll watch 2 in a row because we schedule them back to back, and then we get lost track. But anything that just is sort of that downtime too. So make sure you get that in there. It is also National Exercise with Your Child Week. Coming from having just watched my 3-year-old granddaughter yesterday, I feel like I've done pretty much everything on this list, but let's talk about it. So National Exercise with Your Child Week is observed the first week in August to encourage parents and guardians to exercise with their child. When you practice a healthy lifestyle, your children are more likely to follow. Good health is a family affair. Starting an exercise routine when a child is young is the key to developing healthy fitness habits. Good exercise habits also give your child a head start for physical education in school, sports, and other activities. Encouraging each other to stick with an exercise program also helps you stay fit. A healthy body is a key to a healthy mind. There are several things you can do with your children to encourage physical fitness. Dancing is an excellent form of exercise. Turning on the radio and or playlist pumps up everyone to get down and work that cardio and muscles. If you prefer a stricter exercise regimen, try planking. If you hold the plank for at least 30 seconds, you will end up with great abs. Squats can also do a lot. Both help with muscles found in the lower portions of your body. If you prefer to do it all, join a sport. Sports have been known to get children and adults into shape and keep them fit as long as they continue to participate. So here's some child-friendly exercise ideas. Take your children to the playground and interact with their play. Walk the family pet. Do morning stretches such as yoga. Go on a family bike ride. Dancing. Just turn on your favorite songs for a high-energy living room dance-off. Park play, visit your local playgrounds to climb, swing, and run. And classic games. I mean, tag and hopscotch, jump rope, just some of those yard games. And I feel like we did all of that. we did kind of all of that yesterday. It's so funny with Charlie because I do stretches every single morning. I've been doing them for, like 35, 40 years, long time. And whenever Charlie drops down on the floor and lays down, she immediately starts, doing like yoga things and stretches and so forth. And it's really funny to watch because I don't even think she's aware that she's doing it. She'll start doing all these
mimicking what she sees.
Exactly. That's exactly it. And we've been doing it with her. We have some photos of us, Grace and Charlie and me on my on the bed on my Gary and my bed, the queen size bed in our room when she was a baby, and we've all got our feet up in the air and our arms over our head, and we're doing some stretches. So she really is used to that, and she's used to seeing it. So yeah, absolutely. And among all the other good things, it's just a lot of fun. It's fun to do that with your children and your grandchildren. All right, we have a lot going on at the Senior Center. I mentioned before that we now have a van, so we have transportation. Next week, a week from today actually, we have a special luncheon program. We're calling it Watermelon and Melodies. It is we're gonna have people wear something pink or green and get their taste buds ready for some sweet watermelon topped with sherbet, and so it's going to be during our regular lunchtime. However, we're adding a little entertainment piece. So a special guest performer, Mickey Hoare, will be here. Mickey's done a few programs for us. She's done our breakfast bonus programs. And it's a sellout crowd. She's a real crowd pleaser. She's got a wonderful voice, a really pleasant voice. And she's a people person, so she's a lot of crowd interaction. So Mickey's going to perform from 11:15 to 12:15. We'll serve lunch at our regular time. And I think they're doing kind of an indoor picnic-y kind of lunch. And, of course, the big treat will be watermelon for dessert. So there's no extra charge. There are no tickets or anything. It's our regular lunch. But I would suggest that people register now for that because I know that I checked yesterday and it's filling up quickly. So, again, it's called Watermelon and Melodies 1 week from today. Sign up. The next day, which is Thursday, August 13th, a week from tomorrow, from 10 to noon, we'll have technology support from Jonathan Voke. Jonathan is the Digital Services Librarian at the Westfield Athenaeum. And the Westfield Athenaeum has been really gracious enough to fill in during the summer. So they usually do July, August, and September with our tech support while the students here from Westfield Technical Academy, and they usually do it, but of course they're off for the summer. So Jonathan will be here next Thursday. I know he has some people signed up already. So if you'd like some tech support, whether you need some help with your smartphone or whether you need some help with your laptop or your tablet or, whatever it is, give us a call. You do have to pre-register. And we just ask that when you pre-register, just let us know, what device are you bringing in and what kind of help are you looking for, just so that we can give Jonathan a heads up on that. But he's, yeah, exactly. And we do that for the students as well, just so they have an idea. Also, our newly formed Parkinson Partners support group will be meeting a week from Friday, so that's going to be August 14th, next Friday. We meet from 11 to 12:30, and this is open to spouses, partners, children, siblings, and friends who are actively engaged in caring for someone with Parkinson's disease. We share concerns, resources, information, and successes, and those can be uplifting and encouraging. So the participants chat informally. All discussions are strictly confidential. So I am the facilitator for that group. If you have any questions about it beforehand, and I've had a number of calls. We actually had a number of people come. Our first meeting was last month. So we meet on the second Friday of the month from 11 to 12:30. And I invite you to join us. And if you have any questions, give me a call at the Senior Center at 562-6435. And Friday, August 21st, we are doing a breakfast bonus. So we have two specials in August. We have our Watermelon and Melodies program next Wednesday, and then Friday the 21st. Jacob Cordes is going to be our performer for our Friday breakfast bonus. Jacob is fantastic. He's local. He's a Westfield guy. He showed up on the doorstep a few years ago and said, I play guitar and I sing. He's been at the Shortstop. He's done some of the restaurants and bars around town. And so he was one of the first ones. We said, well, we'll try this breakfast thing and we'll just throw some entertainment in there periodically. And he's just been a huge hit. And he actually played at last month's Veterans Luncheon. Julie Barnes was like, who is this guy? He's great. Can I get him for the Veterans Luncheon? So he came and performed there, and he will be back in August for a breakfast bonus on the 21st. So that should be great. And again, you can sign up for that. There are no special tickets or anything. So, go ahead and sign up for that. All right. It is 7 o'clock, believe it or not. You are listening to WSFD 107.5 FM on your dial. You are watching cable channel 15, WCPC. We'll take our top of the hour break, and when we come back, Carol Palmer will join us.
Support for the community programming provided by the Dunkin' Donut Shops of Westfield and the Sardinia family. It's nice to know that even as the world changes, Dunkin' Coffee remains the same at 7 convenient locations throughout Westfield.
Join us the second Wednesday of every month for Joe Didi's take on, everything. Listen to the Joe Didi Show, second Wednesday of every month at 8 a.m. 107.5 FM WSFD. Live from Studio 120 at Westfield Technical Academy, this is WCPC Channel 15 and 107.5 FM WSFD-LP Westfield.
Good morning, Westfield. It is 7:03. You are listening to WSFD 107.5 FM on your dial. You are watching cable channel 15 WCPC. My name is Tina Gorman. I am your Wake Up Wednesday host. I'm in the studio this morning, not only with Pete Coles, who is the chairman of the board and our chief engineer, but Carol Palmer has joined us, our group exercise instructor at the Westfield Senior Center. Carol joins us on the first Wednesday of every month for her Live Your Best Life segment. So we're going to explain ways to live your best life. So welcome, Carol.
Thank you, Tina.
So I'm going to run through just a few more of the, get your headphones on there, Lady Jane. Just a few more of the things going on at the senior center before we jump into a few stories. We have to start with a few Carol Palmer stories.
Oh God!
And then the topic at hand, which is August is National Family Fun Month. It's also Boomers Making a Difference Month. So those are our more serious topics, but we have plenty to talk about before that. Okay, so first of all, we do have a variety of new programming that started over the summer. We are doing a summer Tai Chi class on Mondays from 11:30 to 12:30. The instructor is Judy Duffy. I've been doing this class because I thought this would be a great class for my foot, coming out of my foot surgeries. And it is, I can't say that I'm loving the class because it takes concentration and focus and and all of that.
It's hard for us, isn't it?
And it's hard. It is. It's really hard. It's hard. But you have to focus. But I love the people in there. A lot of people that are in your Totally Fun Fitness class, which, I want people to understand that if you come to the senior center, you don't have to just take one. God, Linda Burke is in there. I think she takes every fitness class that we offer.
I think you're right.
I see her every day. So, she does it all. So anyway, that's a no charge for that one, which, that's a good price. And so we have that. We have a yoga for strength, which moved from Friday afternoons to Tuesday afternoons. So starting yesterday, 2:30 to 3:30, it's $5 pay as you go. Instructor Angelica Lopez, and the concentration is on simple movements, balance improvement, and support for everyday activities. Please bring your own yoga mat. And this is there was no chair involved in this one. So Terry Summers teaches 3 chair yoga classes. Terry works at the YMCA, has been teaching chair yoga forever. This one is actually a regular on the floor mat kind of yoga, which we haven't had in many years since Renee Ricks taught it for us. We also have a class called Groove. So Groove sessions are Wednesday from 9 to 9:45, $3 pay as you go. The instructor is Carrie Bodendorf. I have to go in and actually watch this class. They're having a ball in there. I don't know what the heck they're doing, but there was somebody taking Tai Chi that's also taking Groove, and they said it's hilarious. It's a joyful, low-impact, dance-based class for all abilities. No dance skills are needed, and I know that they can do it. You can do it sitting in a chair if you need to. If that's the best way for you to do it, you can actually do it in the chair as well. So we have that. We are starting a new program. This is not fitness, but we are starting a new program by the same instructor, Carrie Bodendorf. Have you heard of Zentangle? I had never heard of it.
That's a new one for me.
I had never heard of it. I love the name. I think it's so cool. If you can write your name, you can Zentangle. So this is an art type class. It's an unplanned, easy to learn, relaxing, and meditative way to create beautiful images.
What?
Yep, that's all I can tell you. Wednesdays in August at the Senior Center from 10:15 to 11:45. You do have to sign it up in advance, but I know they have room if you want to even, jump into this morning. Classes in August are complimentary, thanks to the Friends of the Westfield Senior Center, as we determine the level of interest in continuation of the program long term. So that's another one I kind of have to drop in there because it's one of those, we are also offering beginner line dancing on Wednesdays from 11 to 12:30. No experience necessary. It's $3 pay as you go. The instructor is Jeanette Pierce. No advance sign up for that one. I understand that class is going swimmingly well. I think Linda's in that class.
I know she's
hilarious. She's in all of these. And of course, our Art for Good, which is tomorrow, Thursday, because it's the first and third Thursday. So Judy Duffy and her sister Dory Newworth are instructing that. I just realized that Judy is doing a fitness class and an art class, and Carrie is doing a fitness class and this Zentangle, which I guess is kind of meditative art or whatever. So it's just an interesting mix. So anyway, they're doing decorative tote bags tomorrow. I don't know if there are any spaces available because I forgot to check that yesterday. So, okay, that's enough of all these announcements, of all these things going on. We have a lot to talk about, but before we take our first break, Carol, I understand that for your birthday, your friend and neighbor, Bill Cloutier, got you tickets. This was an experiential birthday gift that
Yes.
the two of you were going to go to a performance
Yes.
together.
Yes.
So I promised our viewing audience 2 weeks ago, because I had just gotten your pictures and your and your little explanation, that we would
God.
talk about that on air as much as you can explain this on air. To this program is rated G. So
Yeah.
tell
Okay.
us a little bit about this birthday present from Bill Cloutier, who, by the way, is also on the Run Stanley committee that I'm on, and a good guy, a runner, and a wonderful person. He loves shows, and Carol's known him for a lot longer than I have, because I know he lives in the same.
Yeah, he lives in our
context.
condo
Yeah, in your
complex.
condo
Yeah.
complex.
Yeah. Matter of fact, he's away. He's on vacation. And
Okay.
and silly boy, he gave me his keys a long time ago, and to check his mail and just make sure
Okay,
everything
yeah,
was
yeah.
good.
So tell
yes,
us about
Well-
where were the tickets to, Carol?
Bill is a really good friend. So, and we know each other pretty well. So for my birthday, he decided to give me tickets, which every year he usually does this at different places. This year it was Jacob's Pillow,
Okay.
which we've been to before.
And
it's-
for those who don't know what Jacob's Pillow is, can
Yes.
you just explain?
Jacob's Pillow it's a summer thing that happens in the Berkshires, and it is a dance. It usually is a dance
Performance.
performance.
Right, it's all dance.
And they have different venues there, so there's different things going on at the same time. Last time we went, we were outside and we saw a beautiful performance of a dance troupe, very modern dance, very interpretive dance, but we enjoyed it. This time he said that was too doggone hot, which it
Yeah,
was.
yeah.
So he picked one that was inside. By the way,
And at Jacob's Pillow, I think the cows are known to that, and Shakespeare and Company.
yes.
Oh,
The
really?
cows
Yeah,
are
yeah.
known to
Show up periodically.
voice their approval of the performance.
That's true. Not this one, because this one was inside in the air-conditioned theater.
So that was comfortable.
So it was comfortable. And the reason, I let him pick I said, Bill, you're the expert in this. So, and you've never done anything bad. So he picked the one, the description of it in the brochure was expect some nudity and fragrance. And fragrance, which we didn't really understand, but we thought, well, let's do that. Let's do that.
We're kind of no limit people.
Yeah.
We're going to try this out.
So we had our little wine and cheese before we went in, and the little picnic area, and thank God I had a half a bottle of wine. Now, I'm not saying anything, trust me, against Jacob's Pillow, because I think it's wonderful. Shakespeare and Company, wonderful places to go in the summer. And in your family fun month of August, this is not something you want to take children to. Although, you know what? There were children in the audience.
Yeah, which shocked me after I heard what this. You're off mic, Pete.
They may not have known the content of said show.
But if you see nudity, I don't think I would take my 6-year-old, but I'll be darned if there weren't kids there.
Yeah.
But anyway.
Well, that's because you're not progressive enough, Carol.
I guess not. What the heck is wrong with me?
Right.
So we got there, and usually it's a pretty big venue, with a stage. This place is very small. It's like theater in the round. And in the middle of the room, and I sent Tina a picture, was a huge platform type of bed. Now, that should have told us something right off the bat, but no. So there were, no music, by the way. This was all a silent performance. So I thought that was kind of odd. But anyway, at the very beginning, the dancers came out and hopped up on this performance platform, which looked like a bed.
Looked like a mattress.
And looked like a mattress. And they posed. And they all had different positions. Some were leaning towards another dancer. Some were straight up, some down. And the mattress thing started to rotate.
And this posing, so they almost look like mannequins, right?
Correct.
So people get a vision in their head.
Correct.
And there were how many of them about?
I would say 12,
like
13.
a dozen or so.
Yeah.
Okay. So they're posed kind of looking like mannequins.
Yeah.
Mattress thing begins to spin.
Correct.
And
they never moved a muscle. I have to admire that.
Yeah, it's amazing.
For 10 minutes.
So that was the first 10 minutes, a spinning mattress with moving mannequins.
So Bill and I didn't even dare look at him because I thought, I know I'm going to laugh. So, half a bottle of wine in me.
I just thought to myself, when Carol's telling me the story, I thought I would be dizzy watching that thing spin around for 10 minutes. I'd probably be ready to,
I kept looking up at the ceiling, down like this. Nobody made a sound. And I kept looking at my watch. I'm like, oh my God. Again, you have to admire the fact that they did not move.
Yeah, I can't.
10 minutes.
That is amazing.
On a rotating platform.
If it was like a Guinness Book of World Record thing, I would kind of be impressed. But as a performance, I'm not so sure.
I don't know.
Now, of course, the first question I asked Carol was, what were they wearing? They all did have clothes on at that point.
They did have clothes on, yes. And they were all dressed in, I want to say it was like a hippie type of thing with the jeans and the long hair. And so after 10 minutes... They all jumped off the platform and ran off. And the platform stopped rotating. Now, there was a little applause at that point. I'm like, well,
cautious, I'm sure.
So, cautious applause.
Yeah.
So I'm
golf clap.
Yeah, I'm looking, okay. So then I thought, well, I wonder if that's the whole thing. Because I didn't.
10 minutes, we're out.
Okay, we're done.
Yep. Well, Bill, and so he's poking me with it. I thought, do not look at me because I know, and I didn't want to embarrass him, you know. So
course.
You're like, what the?
Yeah, right, exactly. Like, what do we just watch? What is this?
Well, after, a minute or so, the stagehands came out and rearranged the bed stuff a little bit. And then they all came back out again in various stages of undress. Now, remember, there's children.
Yeah.
All the females were topless.
Yep, there you go.
And the guys too. But
but who cares?
Except for one man who was totally naked.
Totally without clothing.
And he shouldn't have been. He
How insensitive of you.
I'm sorry, but he was so hairy.
What was the name of this show?
I can't even. It didn't have a name.
Well, here's the thing, Pete. It didn't have a name. There was no,
troupe?
No, nothing. There was no playbill. Because I said to Carol, well, was there an explanation in the whatever, the playbill or some kind? She said there was nothing.
No.
So you were handed nothing when you came.
Nope.
There was no music. So you had no idea who these people were.
Was this like the San Francisco Ballet? Because I know they're here for the summer.
It was not the San Francisco Ballet, I'll guarantee you.
There was no ballet being done, Pete, apparently.
So the mattress started to spin again, and at this point, they are moving a little towards each other, around each other, and the naked guy was running around the outside. And he kept running in circles.
Just reminds me of the show Friends with Naked Guy that they used to, look through the window and see Naked Guy in his apartment.
See, I'm just picturing what Mark Auerbach would say about a show like that.
Oh my God!
What would Mark have said?
Oh my God! It would be so funny. He'd be like, "I can't believe they're doing this."
No, I'm just not educated, I guess, because I didn't get it.
Yeah.
The only thing that we decided. Oh, by the way, the stagehands at one point during the performance came out with spray bottles and sprayed the audience.
Oh yeah, that was the fragrance.
That was the fragrance part, and it was like floral scents. Mm-hmm. So they were. At this point, I did look at Bill.
I couldn't. I would have.
My question is, did they get an arts grant for this?
Oh my God!
I wouldn't be a bit surprised.
Oh my Lord!
But the best part of the whole thing was at the end, right when it comes time now. It comes time for the applause. And what happened, Carol?
Okay, so wait a minute. The performance was 47 minutes.
Okay.
So they were on and off. They'd run off and they'd come back on. And meanwhile, the naked guy is running around.
Hello.
And by the end of that time, they were posed towards another person. Mm-hmm. So it was male with male, female with female, male with female couples by the end of, and they were touching and hugging and whatever. And the naked guy didn't get any of that. He just kept running around. I'm sorry.
Carol and I were trying. No, I had not been there, but I'm trying to break it. We're trying to kind of break down any symbolism. Like
it's not like we're Puritan or anything, but I'm like, hello.
Yeah. Well, the thing that we got out of it, I don't know about the fragrance part. I have no idea what that was all about. But what we thought was the ending part showed that love can survive, or love is accentuated
How about that?
in any kind of couple,
Okay.
whether it's guys, girls, or guy and girl. It looked like that was the ending.
Okay.
And then the choreographer came out. And the naked guy ran off, and he came back out. He had shorts on.
Thank God.
Thank God for that, because no, I'm not going to say it. But anyway, they and the whole audience got up and gave them a standing ovation and applause. And I'm sitting there looking around like, what in God's name?
Yeah, what did we miss here? Like, I am not seeing this.
Well, Bill and I stood up because you wouldn't be the only idiots that's still sitting, but we were just like, oh, I have no...
Part of the group think, I know what the deal is.
Yeah.
And even the little kids.
Well, but
That's a little scary for little kids. I'm sorry.
No kidding.
Yeah, exactly. It's like,
why would you take
seriously?
your children if you saw that description?
Yeah.
That was in the original brochure. That was the only thing that explained kind of what they were doing.
Yeah, just like their website with, this was kind of about.
With a disclaimer, you have to, if you're going to have nudity, you have to put it in there. So,
Right.
Then Bill, the only thing he said is, well, why didn't one of the girls take off everything? I said.
Well, I asked Carol if maybe the naked hairy guy was supposed to actually look like an animal and represent nature in some way.
Well, along with the spray.
Probably not.
Yeah, probably not. But just trying to figure some of this out.
And he wound up with nobody, so I don't know what that meant. It was the most. Well, it was the most eclectic, crazy thing we've ever seen. And, Bill, the first thing he did when we got out of there is apologize.
Yes, but as I said to Carol, the great thing about this was it's such a great story that you'll be telling for years. And all you have to do, and by the way, when I see Bill at the next Run Stanley meeting, the first thing I'm going to say to him is, Bill, my birthday is June 9th. Do you want to get tickets and go see something together?
I don't know if we should trust him again.
I hear
well,
you're
my
a
birthday's in
master man.
May, so I think he should take both of us.
Yeah.
I actually told him that.
Yeah.
Texted him that later, and he said he'd be delighted.
Oh yeah, I'm in. I said to Carol, but if the three of us had gone to this show, it would have been all over because we would have been rolling in the aisle.
I know that I have a great deal of self-control now because I didn't. And on the way home, of course, I busted out laughing, and he's apologizing, and I said, "No, don't worry about it." So the next thing we did is we stopped on the way home for a drink, and we were sitting there still trying to analyze what the heck we had just seen.
What did we just see? What did we just watch?
And we both of us are shaking our heads like, I don't get it. I don't know. I guess.
And the no music thing would have been.
Yeah.
That kind of makes it uncomfortable.
Yes.
No kidding. And when they ran off, there was like total silence. You just go, I don't.
I'm not getting it.
Oh, well.
All right. Well, there it is. And there you have it. The story right out of Carol, straight from Carol herself. Because I said, well, I really can't do this story justice. I wasn't there. And it's, but this is the third time I've heard it. And it gets funnier every time. I'm telling you. I just can't. Because I can just picture myself there going, huh?
Yeah.
And the problem with me, like Gary tells me this all the time, like I can't hide my Grace is the same way, my daughter. We don't hide our emotions. So if I don't
I'd
get
have my
it,
shocked face on. I'd be like,
yeah. If I don't get it, it's that puzzled look of what?
Well, and the other thing is too, as I said, I was looking around because I can't watch the revolving mattress for every second.
Yeah, that would have.
And I'm looking around at the other people, and they were so concentrated,
totally engrossed.
And they were like, "Oh, what?" Like you would be at a good movie.
Yeah,
that's what they were doing.
Or we would be at a good sporting event.
So right, and I'm sitting there going,
"Oh my gosh,
maybe it's me."
No, I don't think it's you.
No, I don't think it's you either. All right. Anyway, on that note, folks, let's take a short break. You are listening to WSFD 107.5 FM on your dial. You are watching Cable Channel 15 WCPC. My guest this morning is Carol Palmer, group exercise instructor and performance critic here at the Senior Center. So we're going to play Carol's song. She has her own theme song. It's Carol by Chuck Berry. We'll be back.
It's not too far back off the highway, not so long a ride. You park your car out in the open, you can walk inside. A little cutie takes your hat and you can thank her, ma'am. Every time you make the scene, you find the joint is jammed. I'm gonna learn to dance if it takes me all night and day. Now if you wanna hear some music like the boys will play, don't let it carry away. Don't let the heat overcome you when they play so loud. Why don't the music intrigue you when they gaily crowd? If you can't dance, I know you wish you could. I got my eyes on you, baby, 'cause you dance so good.
Underwriting for the community programming is provided by the Boys and Girls Club of Greater Westfield, serving the youth of the Whip City and surrounding communities since 1969. For more information on the Great Futures Club for ages 3 to 5, happening weekdays, and the Club Teen Center for ages 11 and older, weekdays from 6:30 till 8 p.m., go online at bcgwestfield.org or visit the club at 28 West Silver Street. The Boys and Girls Club of Greater Westfield. Great futures start here.
Hi, it's Bob Plass, and I have Wow, It's Tuesday, every Tuesday, 6 to 8. Wow, it's Tuesday.
Community Radio.
107.5 FM, WSFD.
I did it!
Live from Studio 120 at Westfield Technical Academy, this is WCPC Channel 15 and 107.5 FM, WSFD-LP, Westfield.
Good morning, Westfield. It is 7:28. You are listening to WSFD 107.5 FM on your dial. You are watching Cable Channel 15, WCPC. My name is Tina Gorman. I am your Wake Up Wednesday host. I am joined this morning by Carol Palmer. Carol is the group exercise instructor with lots of funny stories to tell. And if you take her Totally Fun fitness class, you get to hear all of these funny stories and many more. And Carol joins us on the first Wednesday of the month for our Live Your Best Life segment. So August is National Family Fun Month. Let's talk about that. During this time, families can spend quality time together, head to the local park or pool, take a walk, go to a children's museum to explore hands-on activities that make learning fun.
Don't go to Jacob's Pillow.
They may certainly don't take your 6-year-old to Jacob's Pillow.
Oh, my God.
They may try something new, like discovering a local petting zoo or a farmer's market. Family time is about putting aside distractions, tucking away the cell phones and focusing on the ones you love. It's a great time to treasure the remarkable moments of childhood that pass by so quickly. Families can make a day at home special. Memorable moments start by keeping things simple. Bake cookies together or make a favorite family recipe. Set up a picnic in the backyard. Play games on a blanket. Make a fort with blankets. Draw, paint, or dance together. Push children on the swings. Read a book under a tree. Kick a ball or play hide and seek. Make this time personal for your family, doing what is meaningful and fun for them and creating your own favorite ways to spend time with the people closest to you. You know what? I just read that paragraph and I was, I had Mimsy duty yesterday for Charlie for 5 hours. I feel like we did every single one of those things in that 5 hours. I'm still recovering. I'm exhausted. Plan a child-centered adventure. Check out summer events for children. We did that. We talked about Stanley Park and the children's programming the Friday morning. Attend a story time at the library. The libraries are doing some wonderful things, the Athenaeum here. Or find a children's concert at a local park. Find a local preserve or arboretum and explore nature. Take a walk around your own block. I like this one. We haven't done this, but I think we're going to do this. And play I Spy or have a scavenger hunt. Gather leaves, feathers, shells, or treasures that are unique to where you live. Visit with neighbors, friends, or extended family members. As you plan, follow the stages and interests of your children or your grandchildren. Your undivided attention is what children most want when they call, "Look at me," or slip their hand into yours. These are the memories they treasure the most. Check out your local community websites, social media pages, and local news publications to learn more about free community events designed for young children and families, including parades, concerts, gardening projects, art events, and more. All right, so here are some activities that will bring the family closer together and help you treasure the time spent with your loved ones. Play miniature golf. We vacationed once with some very close friends of ours. They have 4 children. And we went up to Canada together. Now, there was a trip that I could tell 1,000 stories about. And all we have to do when the families get together is say, remember the trip to Canada. And everybody's like on the floor, dissolved into laughter because it started before we even got out of the driveway.
No, dude.
But anyway, one of the things that they always do when they go on vacation is they find some place and they play miniature golf. So I thought that was really just a great idea. You know, like one adventure that they all do is so. Head out to your local mini golf course, or you can create your own, which I think this is a great idea. Find some inexpensive golf clubs and golf balls at the discount store and use household items like boxes, shoes, or stuffed animals to create obstacles on your course. Use a cup or a mug as the hole and aim for a hole-in-one. Fashion show. Have your kids model their new back-to-school clothes or even walk down the runway in their own wacky creations from your closet. Don't forget to turn up the tunes. Turn an everyday chore into an adventure. This is my kind of thing. Meredith Sinclair, a parenting expert and author, said, "Children learn to understand the real world through realistic pretend play. So, do you need to clean the house or go grocery shopping? Make a treasure hunt out of your grocery list or play house while tidying up with your kids to show them that simple tasks can be fun." Well, we did that yesterday, too, because we had laundry to do. Well, we're potty training, so we had lots of laundry to do. It was a day. All right, game night. Battle of the families. Invite your brothers, sisters, cousins, parents, anyone you can think of to a night of battling it out with board games. Not only will you get to connect with your extended family and play your favorite games, but kids will also be able to learn important life skills like taking turns, good behavior, and following directions. And of course, I already mentioned our upcoming Run Stanley event. So sign up for this year's Run Stanley Family Fun event. We have something for everyone. We have the K5, the 5K. We have Trail Run. We have the Canine Run, the Munchkin Run, and we have the Roll and Stroll. So all of that happening for Family Fun Month. So what are your ideas? I love the miniature golf, like making your own miniature golf idea. Mm-hmm. I think that's hilarious.
Okay, but please make sure that you have what I call practice golf balls.
Yes.
You don't
Oh,
use
no,
a
don't
real
use regular
ball.
golf balls. Oh, no. In fact, I would use, with little kids, I would use like wiffle balls. I would use bigger balls.
But they do have like little...
Or even Nerf balls.
Yeah, but they don't roll so well.
Okay.
So I like that you have a target of a cup because I don't know about your granddaughter, but mine, we would go out in the yard and I would have the practice golf balls. And many of them wound up in the river, but that's
course.
okay.
Yeah, well, because you live near a waterfall.
Well, because kids take a mighty swing.
Yes.
It's very difficult to teach children that you only have to do a little
Putting
type of, because they want to.
Sure.
So we used to take it out in the yard and do that.
Okay.
And like I said, but that's okay because the fake golf balls are cheap.
Yeah.
So it's some of them wound up in I still have some of them left that I practice with out in the yard.
Okay.
But, so just be cautious about that. One thing I used to do with my kids is they had, each of them had a bedroom in the hallway. And at night, to get them into bed, I would say, okay, climb into bed and I'll start the story. And I read them, I would sit in the hallway between the two rooms.
Oh, okay, yeah.
And I read them all the classics.
Yes.
I read them, Huckleberry Finn and Tom Sawyer and some other classic children's.
Like a chapter.
They were too young to read that.
Yes.
But reading to them. So and by the time I got done with a couple chapters, of course, they'd be out cold.
Yep. The funny thing was my father used to do that for us. Like my mom would read the storybooks, but as we got a little bit older, but as you said, not old enough to read those books on our own, my dad would read some books to us, and it was a chapter or two a night. And I loved, my dad was a great reader, and and I love that. And I think that's a great family.
Well, I did all the voices and everything,
Well, yeah, you would practically act it out, I'm sure.
Yes, and there was a story that I saw on some. I'm trying to remember what the TV show I saw, but it was about the Loch Ness Monster.
Okay. Oh,
and about a couple who it would always end with, well, how much does that cost? About $350. That's how the monster would talk, and every single story ended that way. But he disguised himself, show up as a Girl Scout trying to sell cookies at the door, show up as the gardener, whatever.
Yeah.
And they loved those stories.
Yes.
And it went on to my granddaughters, and they used to laugh so hard. But there were certain parts of it that you can't tell now because it's politically incorrect.
Yeah.
But it was funny.
Yeah.
And so that kind of thing. So don't be afraid to tell your own stories, you know?
Absolutely.
And sometimes those funny ones, like we were just mentioning.
Yeah. Oh,
Not the one about the performance we saw, but, others. And that's what I used to do for my kids. And we went camping, we did all those activities that were on here. And then when the granddaughters came, same thing.
Yep.
I used to take them to Stanley Park all the time, especially the Friday mornings for kids. And now, being great grandparents, there's levels in between us, so we don't do a lot of that anymore. They come over for dinner, and we play on I have their little toy chess thing, but we don't take them anywhere anymore.
Yeah.
Except the other day, I got to tell you, our 7-year-old great grandson.
Okay.
He'll come in the door, and it aggravates the poo out of me because my husband bought a Nintendo Switch, and it's upstairs. And he'll run upstairs to play on the Switch. So he did that on Sunday. I'm looking at his mother going, no. So I called him. I said, you want to make some money? Well, his eyes lit up.
Sure.
I said, yeah, I got some chores. You want to make some money? Okay. No. Well, he went out. He watered my plants. He swept up the deck.
Perfect.
And they came. What else can I do? What else can I? I said,
See?
You can do the dishes after dinner, which he did. He rinsed them off and put them on the sides. And had his little stool there.
Yeah.
And so he didn't touch that switch the whole time he was there. I just hate that.
Well, it's so funny because, I've mentioned 87 times already on the show that I had Mimsy duty yesterday and I was watching Charlie. And my rule, and she knows it, and here's the funny thing, my rule is when I'm in charge, there's no television. Like we do things. I said to my daughter Grace, I said, she has all of these wonderful, toys and games and, all of these things to, that are mental stimulation and all this other stuff. And they're all fabulous. But they're not good if you're not using them.
Yeah.
And so I said, we have plenty of things to keep us busy. And now she has a new playscape outside. So we really, we spent the entire time outside. I mean, we did bubbles. We did hide and seek. We did, obviously, on the swing set. And I took her little table outside and I brought her crayons outside. Well, we'll color underneath the playscape because we have a little fort thing there and everything. Yep. And she didn't ask me one time about TV. Not one time. Because I said to her at the beginning, and even the night before, when her mom was putting her to bed, and her, Grace said, now I have to work tomorrow, and Mimsy's going to be, you're going to stay with Mimsy until I come home in the afternoon. And I looked right at her and I said, and remember, Mimsy's rule, no TV when I'm in charge. She never even asked.
Yeah.
Never even asked. Because for the first couple hours we were inside. Now we had an errand to run. So and Gary was with us on the errand, and we are potty training, so we were doing that as well. And she was good as gold. We had a tea party with the dolls, and somebody gave her this really great game called Don't Rock the Crocodile. Don't Rock the Crocodile. And it's really, she absolutely loves it. It's kind of it's like a crocodile. It's a wooden crocodile, and you put these little peg things on it until you have to be very careful about balancing them so it doesn't tip over. And when it tips over, you have to start all over again. And Grace said, Mom, she played with that game for like 45 minutes with me the other day. And I think the two of us played with it for like about a half an hour yesterday. And a half an hour in a 3-year-old's life, that's a long time.
That's a long time. That's the beauty of being a grandparent. I used to have one day a week with the grandchildren, where it was usually a Tuesday or Wednesday, they just came to Noni's house for the day. Mm-hmm. And I cut that time out for them.
Yeah.
And that's the beauty of it. Parents, I get it.
Yes, I do too.
They're all working. There's, to cut some time for these kids, sometimes it's hard. But for a grandparent, especially one that decided to cut her hours at work so that she could spend the day with her grandchildren. And they still remember a lot of stuff that we used to do.
Yep. And my no TV rule for me, it's not because I'm anti-TV. I enjoy TV. And there are some wonderful programs on for children.
Oh yeah, definitely.
My thing is though, that for me, it's like, look, at the beginning of the day when we're all fresh and we're all energized and everything, that's not the time. I know by the time Grace gets home, she just put in a full day of work.
Yes.
And we're, again, we're back to trying to do the potty training thing and the whole thing. So I left it so that, here, you're welcome. Because now she actually does need a little downtime. And, you can put on Bluey or, Daniel Tiger or whatever. And but the other thing that I do is when we do, like, everything is sort of the public television that we watch with her. But there's almost always a lesson or a story. And I take the time to talk about that with her, to just for 2 or 3 minutes and, kind of what were the lessons learned or, whatever, because I think that's important as well.
With my kids, I always loved Mr. Rogers because he came on right before dinner. Mm-hmm. So I'd plunk them down in front of Mr. Rogers. They weren't allowed to watch the other stuff.
Right, exactly.
Mr. Rogers, and then they'd be all nice and calm because that's what he
oh my God, he was
all about. Yeah.
Oh my God. And it's so funny. Every time I sit in my office and we change our shoes or we change our shoes for fitness, I always feel like Mr. Rogers. It's like I change my shoes, take off my coat, I put on my sweater. It's like, and I said that. I was like, here I am, Mr. Rogers, taking my shoes off. All right. You are listening to WSFD 107.5 FM on your dial. You are watching cable channel 15 WCPC. If you're just joining us, my guest this morning is Carol Palmer. We're talking about Family Fun Month and just some activities, some ideas of things to do with your family. I also do want to talk about Boomers Making a Difference Month. So when we come back, we'll hit that subject, and we'll be right back.
Got her daddy's car and she cruised through the hamburger stand now. Seems she forgot all about the library like she told her old man now. And with the radio blasting goes cruising just as fast as she can now. And she'll have fun, fun, fun till her daddy takes the T-bird away. Fun, fun, fun till her daddy takes the T-bird away. Well, the girls can't stand her 'cause she walks, looks and drives like an ace. You walk like an ace now, you walk like an ace. She makes the Indy 500 look like a Roman chariot race. Like an ace now, you look like an ace. A lot of guys try to catch her, but she leads them on a wild goose chase. Like an ace now, you drive like an ace. She'll have fun, fun, fun till her daddy takes the T-bird away. Fun, fun, fun till her daddy takes the T-bird away.
Underwriting is brought to you by Boise Cascade Distribution, providing products and services needed for building material dealers, home improvement centers, and industrial customers. They offer everything from engineered wood and plywood to Drex decking and railing, James Hardie siding, and Advantech subfloor. Located at 33 Fowler Street Extension in Westfield and on the web at bc.com, they are committed to providing quality products, great service, convenience, and value.
Listen to me, Michael Buster McMahon, Mondays 8 to 10 a.m. to learn the stories behind your favorite songs. Or don't. I'm not the boss of you.
Community Radio.
107.5 FM WSFD. Live from Studio 120 at Westfield Technical Academy, this is WCPC Channel 15 and 107.5 FM WSFD-LP Westfield.
Good morning, Westfield. It is 7:46. You are listening to WSFD 107.5 FM on your dial. You are watching cable channel 15 WCPC. My name is Tina Gorman. I am your Wake Up Wednesday host. I'm joined this morning by Carol Palmer. Carol is the group exercise instructor at the Westfield Senior Center. She teaches our Totally Fun Fitness class, and we're going to talk about that next because, hold on, my thing was pinching. We are both wearing purple, and there's a reason for that. We have declared August, the month of August. We're saying this is active in August for Alzheimer's. This is our second year that we're doing this. So this is a month-long fundraising effort to support our local Alzheimer's Association. And so the way this program works is that throughout the month of August, all of the classes that Carol teaches, the Totally Fun Fitness classes, are pay-as-you-go. Normally, you pay up front for a certain number of sessions. But they're all pay-as-you-go. They're $5 pay-as-you-go. All of that money is going to benefit our local Alzheimer's Association. So it's an ideal opportunity to try out Carol's Totally Fun, capital F-U-N, fitness class without a longer-term commitment and support our local Alzheimer's Association at the same time. Last year, we culminated with our big purple Totally Fun fitness class, and we are going to do that again this year. So in that class, we move it from the fitness room into the great room, which is huge, and we fill the great room. It's going to be Thursday, August 27th from 9:30 to 10:20. Again, it's $5, all benefiting the Alzheimer's Association. We're asking everyone to wear purple, which pretty much everybody did last year.
Yeah.
And Carol, and I don't know if you'll have some assistants up there helping you again this year.
Yes, Lori Furkey will be up there with
Lori
me.
Furkey will be there again. So they will teach, they will do a Totally Fun fitness class.
Yeah.
Last year, I made sure that our director, Mike Squindo, who was all about doing this, I didn't have to talk him into doing this session, but I made sure he was in the front row when I started taking pictures, which ended up, I don't know how, on the front page of the Westfield News. But it was great. Mike's a good sport. Most of the staff were there, wearing our purple. So I am wearing, this is actually my Totally Fun Fitness t-shirt. We got these t-shirts and it says, Westfield Senior Center on the sleeve and Totally Fun Fitness. And it's got a little sneaker and some little weights.
Yep.
And so in purple, so that we
Purple.
can wear these on Purple Day.
Yeah, we actually started out, we were going to get a nice blue color. And then it occurred, and by the way, thank Lori Furkey again
Yes.
for handling all this.
Lori coordinated the T-shirt drive.
She did, and we actually ordered, I want to say, because we just reordered a few more, maybe 76, 77 shirts.
Yeah, I think pretty much. I've seen them all over the place.
Yeah.
People are wearing them. And
Yeah,
very comfy.
and so we decided, since they were gonna come in August, why aren't we doing purple?
Absolutely.
So we did purple this year.
So, and
instead.
it's a beautiful purple color.
Yeah,
too.
and by the way, this shirt is lavender. It looks blue.
It looks blue on now that I look at it on our screen over
looks
here.
blue,
but it's absolutely purple.
It's a
Yeah.
lavender color.
Yeah,
But anyway,
it's purple.
And then yesterday, one of my participants, Betty, came in and handed me a purple shirt, and I'm like, "Oh, thanks, Betty, but I already bought mine." She goes, "No, open it up," and it said the Queen has arrived.
I love that.
So I'm going
Absolutely
to wear
love
that for our big class.
Yeah,
that's coming up.
absolutely. Yeah. And we also had people that I actually have an Alzheimer's shirt that in honor of my dad.
Yep.
So anything purple or anything related to Alzheimer's, it really is a lot of fun. I have to tell you, it's a great workout for a good cause. But we had a blast last year.
Yep. And then we're planning.
Yes,
we're planning to do.
I'm sure you are.
Yes. No topless.
No, please, no topless anything. All right, so that is active in August for Alzheimer's. All right, August is also Boomers Making a Difference Month. So let's talk about this because we're both boomers, so we need to talk. Baby boomers are typically identified as anyone born between 1945 and the early 1960s. Though many have tried to attribute certain characteristics to those born during these years, baby boomers really can't be defined as a group. When we think of boomers, we tend to think of wealthy, active, involved adults who comprise the largest generation and continue to have an impact on society. The latter thoughts are true. However, we want to recognize that many still struggle financially. Baby boomers have seen huge cultural and social changes in their time. Born before the popularity of television, believe it or not, we were born before the popularity of television. They have lived through decades of world upheaval. Brought up before Walmart and the internet, it wasn't here forever, they have had to make their way without access to the extras that today's generations take for granted. Positive thinking has helped many a boomer to keep going when the times got tough. Boomers tend to believe in yoga, meditation, and spiritual transformation. Many of those hardworking individuals that you meet in food banks and soup kitchens are baby boomers. Quite a few of them will work far past the age of retirement while also giving freely of their time after hours. From serving on boards to reading to young children at local libraries to assisting with political campaigns, volunteering has become a second career of sorts. Not only is it fulfilling, but the rewards that come with it are far greater than a salary. Volunteering makes an immeasurable difference in the lives of others. That reason is enough alone for most of us to want to give back. But when giving back to others, you are also giving back to yourself. Doing good deeds actually helps you lead a better, healthier life with many health benefits, including staying physically and mentally active. A study released by Johns Hopkins University in 2009 revealed that volunteers actually increase their brain functioning. Volunteering gets you moving and thinking at the same time. Decreased risk of depression. Volunteering with and for others increases social interaction and helps build a support system based on common commitment and interests, both of which have been shown to decrease depression and reduced stress levels. By savoring your time spent in service to others, you'll feel a sense of meaning and appreciation, both given and received, which can be calming. Mm-hmm. What do you think? You serve on a zillion boards and volunteer and all the work with the women's club and different organizations.
Well,
Stanley Park, you're on the working on the fundraiser committee for that.
Yes. I think for me, over the years, working as I did 33 years at the Y, I think I met many people in Westfield through the YMCA and through the children's programs. And then when I came to the senior center, same thing. So, and then and I'm still doing a bunch of volunteering, I have this huge circle of friends, which, one of the big components other than your exercise and activity is social interaction. Yeah. And it's so important. Yep. Especially as we mature, because life hands you sometimes some very sad and disappointing things with your health, with your family, and that circle of friends will keep you balanced. So I think it's more important as we mature to have a large circle, and certainly volunteering. I see them at the senior center all the time.
I'm sure.
You have a wonderful volunteer staff.
Yeah, we do. We have some great volunteers. We have people doing a lot of really different things. Some of them are doing some behind the scenes. I have a volunteer that comes in through the tax work-off program, and she has been the one to organize all of these. We get these donated greeting cards. People get some beautiful cards, birthday cards and thinking of you and sympathy and all this. Well, I mean, we literally had bags of these that people would donate. But, if you don't have somebody to organize it and, sort them out, make sure there's an envelope for every card. Right. She came in and took that job over. And, she's older. She's in her mid-80s. So, I mean, she doesn't necessarily have the, tech skill set and all that kind of stuff. But I was like, oh, my gosh, can you sort these cards? And it's fantastic. Yeah. And then periodically we'll bring all the baskets from downstairs upstairs. We have them on the fireside lounge. They're free. Yeah. And I see people going through those all the time because, by the way, you want to get a greeting card for somebody to say, get well soon. It's $6, $8. I mean, cards have gotten ridiculously expensive. So, she does that. It's behind the scenes. Yes. She'll just come in and works it around, her husband's schedule and all this other stuff. And there's just a lot of those kinds of, not necessarily our front greeters desk. Those are the volunteers that we all see and meet and everything, or our lunch people. But there are a lot of people. We have a man who comes in and cleans our medical equipment for us, Norman.
That's what Norman does.
Yes.
I wondered.
Well, we needed somebody to do it. Our maintenance man doesn't have time in the schedule to do that because it can be really time consuming.
Yeah, of course.
Everything donated and everything returned has to get cleaned between users. Sure. So Norman comes in and he just comes in and he'll look around the corner where we keep it. And if we have 2 items, he'll do those and take them upstairs for me. And sometimes we have like 15 or 16 items. He's there for several hours. And, so just a lot of stuff that.
But I'm sure those people get a great benefit from being at the center.
Absolutely.
And making connections with the people at the desk, with you. Yes. And it's beneficial both sides.
Yeah. Oh, there's no doubt about it, Carol. There's a name, I see him coming. Oh, Norman, thank you for coming and doing the, the stuff today. And it's, it's that personal, because we do appreciate it. I mean, that's like not messed up. I mean, we're not making that up. That's genuine. So I think that's really important.
I think it's important for all of us. And I just, I see it all the time, much more at the senior center than I did at the Y. There were some volunteers at the Y, but for the most part, they had paid staff there. At the senior center, I see lots and lots of volunteers.
Well, and senior centers really, volunteers really are the backbones of what we do. We cannot, we don't have the staffing to do, all of the programming, especially the programming. So when I have, I can remember, and I've told this story many times, when we first opened, and it was right after Mary Lou started. She started about 4 or 5 months after we opened. We opened in October, and I think Mary Lou started in February as the program director. In the meantime, I was trying to fill in and do it all. And we had 2 women who came to us and said, well, we want to start a quilting group. And so, Mary Lou and I were like, okay, well, we don't know anything about quilting. So, okay, well, what do you need? And, I said, well, and so the first thing out of my mouth is, all right, well, do you know of like a quilting instructor or somebody? They said, no, we don't want an instructor. We don't need an instructor. We know how to quilt. I said, we need a space. and we need some storage. Well, for the most part, we'll bring our own projects. So I said, well, you just need like a space and a time and some advertising in my newsletter. We're starting a new group. This is what we're calling ourselves.
Yeah.
And so that's what they did. And so, and it's same thing with the chess group, same thing with, so many of Mahjong was the same thing. Bridge was the same, it was like, we need a space. We have a few people that are interested, and we'll get more. We'll recruit more people. That's what they did. And those groups are, but it's not staff members like running all of these different programs, because we couldn't, we just,
of course not.
we can't do that,
Yeah.
So we rely on volunteers, and we have, our whole choral group. That's been up and going for a zillion years.
The Do-Re-Mis?
The Do-Re-Mis. I've been there 21 years, and they were there long before I showed up, because I have pictures of them from, 15 years before I came on the scene.
Yeah.
But that's all volunteer. The director, the accompanist, the person who schedules their performances, and just like the women's club. I mean, there are lots of things happening at the women's.
Yeah, the only when we put on a show at the women's club, the only people that are paid are the director, if it's a musical, the musical director, and the pit band, which only come at the end, for rehearsals.
Yep.
Everybody else is a volunteer.
Yep.
And the amount of work that these people put in. Yeah. We're about to launch another one, by the way. So.
Okay, here we go. Yeah,
So,
I know that the time is incredible.
Yeah.
So, all right. So get out there, especially if you're a boomer. Make a difference. It really does. It, as Carol said, it is a win-win all the way around. You will feel better. You will connect with other people. And I've said this too. For those who are single and looking, to start a relationship, it's like, oh, I don't want to do the bar scene, because I don't really want to get somebody that's just like a drinker and that's all we have in common. My advice is always volunteer somewhere.
Yeah.
Because if you love animals and you volunteer at the animal shelter, you might meet somebody who's another, you already have something in common. You do the theater group. You love theater, so you've already got something in common. Do something at the Athenaeum. You all love books. Because if you volunteer and you meet other volunteers through that, first of all, you're meeting other quality people, in my opinion.
Correct.
And the other thing is you've already got one thing in common. And chances are you've got lots more. All right. It is 8:01. You are listening to WSFD 107.5 FM on your dial. You are watching cable channel 15 WCPC. We're signing off. Carol Palmer has been my guest this morning, group exercise instructor. Come check out her Totally Fun fitness class in August.
Drop in.
Tuesdays and Thursdays, do it as a drop-in. If you need more information, the flyers are up all over the Senior Center, and I will see you next week.
Support for the community programming provided by the Dunkin' Donut Shops of Westfield and the Sardinia family. It's nice to know that even as the world changes, Dunkin' Coffee remains the same at 7 convenient locations throughout Westfield.
Join me, Tina Gorman, each week from 6 to 8 a.m. for Wake Up Wednesday, when my guests and I discuss health, wellness, and lifestyle reimagined.
Community Radio.
107.5 FM WSFD. Live from Studio 120 at Westfield Technical Academy, this is WCPC Channel 15 and 107.5 FM WSFD-LP Westfield.
From the waters of the Westfield River flowing wide to the sea.